Hello everyone, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Crusader Kings II in our Lord of the Scots series. So, at the end of the last episode, there were a few things that I needed to take care of. First of all, we have this out of nowhere 2,000 strong army. So tell you what, before I do, well, no. I was going to say before I do anything, let's go ahead and kill them. But Macbeth is 66. We need to solve the succession issue. So we were talking about who the heck do we put in charge of this, I was about to say in charge of this bitch. Oh, man. Who do we put in charge of Scotland? Yeah, I passed it back to you guys at the end of the episode because I'm in a situation right now where I have a couple days between episodes, and I'm also quite busy, so I'm not recording, 3 or 4 episodes in advance, which right now is, of course, a full week's worth of content. This is all mumbo-jumbo to people watching in the backlog. I apologize. But the point is, I'm actually able to say, hey, what do you think? And then we have a day to think about it, which isn't normally the case on the channel because of daily content that I usually record a little bit more in advance when I can. So it's a unique situation. So I passed it back to you, and there was a strong suggestion for Murray, Duke of Mercia. The issue with Murray is that he's 60 and he's depressed, which lowers his health. Macbeth is 66. So if we nominate Murray, I feel like he is likely to die just as quickly. So I mean, we're still going to nominate him, okay? But that's not necessary, and he's arbitrary too. So if he becomes the king, we're going to have to hold a feast and see if we can change that to a just trait. See if we can get someone to kill another person. Is it a servant that gets killed and you can throw him in jail and get the just trait? That's how the event goes. But yeah, we're going to try for that. But we might not have much time with Murray, the Duke of Mercia. So we're going to nominate him, and he has, because we have actually, we only have one vote. I think, because we only have one duchy. But hey, he is now the heir. Duke Murray the Quarreler, our brother, as a matter of fact, our younger brother. That's kind of cool. And he has been a good friend of ours for a long time. He's a family man. He's actually given birth to a number of children. Let's have a look at his kids. He's got a genius daughter, Una the Unfaithful. Catriona. Just going to take a look at his kids. He's got a strong homosexual but strong daughter. Alan is weak, the opposite of strong. And then Flora, who is also strong. So that strong trait is definitely paying off a lot because you're seeing a lot of really strong and genius kids in the bloodline. And of course, that genius trait from marrying Murray to Duchess Claremonda a while back, which is something that we did, has paid off as well because he has his genius daughter Una the Unfaithful. So anyway, that's quite good. Oh, she's an adulteress. That's wonderful. Great news. But anyway, we've got that solution in place. Let's go ahead and raise some levies around this force because I don't think I'm gonna have what I need. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to try and bring everyone in. We'll slow the game down a little bit too, because that is a rather large force. One child slain, our granddaughter, who is attractive. That's right, our attractive granddaughter. Who can we have raise her? We can have Murray do it. Let's have Murray raise her. He's depressed. I don't know if raising a child is more depressing or less depressing. I don't know if that goes towards removing that trait. I doubt it, but maybe so. You never know. He is a family man, so maybe he likes that. Maybe he likes the idea. This is just conjecture. I'm still learning about all the different ways that traits can be added and removed. There's so much nuance to Crusader Kings II. Oh, speaking of all the details and all the stuff I have to keep track of, including pronunciation. Hey, look, here's Derbyshire. Derbyshire, as they say. I had someone call me out for mispronouncing that earlier because I'm going back and forth between pronouncing it Derby, or I know Derbyshire from Pride and Prejudice because they go there. That's a big location to the plot of the story. They go vacationing there, or some of the characters do, but also of course here in America we pronounce that Derby. I'm not a redneck, I promise. Born in California, that disqualifies me from... that disqualifies me from consideration as redneck material. I should just stop talking. Alright, so we managed to catch these guys before they got out. Our vassals are currently upset about our having raised their levies. We're going to bring the retinue back up here. Hopefully that's not like more of a portent of things to come, because good God, that was a powerful force. So another thing we might have to consider doing, I mean, we might have to just frickin' declare war on these jerks in order to get them off our backs. Now that we have such a strong army, we actually might have a bit of a shot at it. Let's take a second and examine that. Just to entertain it as a possible thing that we could do. Dear God, he only has 700 men. Holy War for Orkney. Okay, so we don't control that. We could make him a tributary. That could... I think if I made him a tributary, that could potentially make him stop declaring war on me. If I were to win a war against Svithjod. But I would have to put a lot of men on boats and sail a good ways. It would be a very complex fight, no doubt. Alright, so let's pay a visit to these raiders. And let's see what else we might have to do. Need to appoint a new commander? No problem. A couple new commanders, in fact. Indulf, congratulations, your commander. Roderick, congratulations, your commander. We have some unlanded sons. Guess what? I don't care. Alright, so we are going to split this retinue and pay a visit to both of these raiding armies. We'll speed up time a little bit, too. Let's see, what was the feedback on this? Hang on. Looking at some comments on the last episode, I'd argue that training grounds, not militia training grounds, is the better castle upgrade. Why? We already have training grounds here. We already have militia training grounds. So the argument is that if we build these militia training grounds, the castle then has archers. So it sounds like it's a pretty good idea to go ahead and do that. If I want to spend my gold on something, I'll go ahead and do that. It's our capital district, may as well. We upgrade one thing and nothing else, it's our capital. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Meanwhile, we are still waiting for the fabrication of this claim on Lancaster. Or as they say in the States, Lancaster. Oh, hey! Hey! It's... oh, I can't even right now. Alright. Oh, man, we're going to lose a lot of gold to this. On account of... Hang on, did I ever set the retinue reinforcement all the way down? No, I didn't. Alright, so it's still at full speed. So, unfortunately, we just lost a lot of gold. Mayor Ian, maybe? Feels I risked too much with my escapades and tried to persuade me to stop risking my life, but it's such a thrill. Alright, we need to wait for this to go away before we can declare war, but we did officially fabricate on that, so now our next opportunity would be to try and fabricate. We have a pretty good chancellor in Duke Idwallan, so let's try and fabricate on... You know what? Screw it. Let's try and fabricate on Essex. We're close to it now. It's one of the larger duchies in the area. Meanwhile, we do need to think about, hang on, while the game is paused, who are we going to marry to Princess Marguerite while we're killing off the other children of this king? The siblings of this king. We're working on killing Marthin, and then we're gonna kill the daughter. So we need to look at arranging a betrothal here. I don't know that there's anybody yet to betroth her to, but I don't want to wait too long because she could get betrothed to someone else. She's only 2. She's also strong. Side twist. So that's actually, there's a double benefit to marrying this princess. Is not only do we potentially get a claim, a weak claim that we might at some point be able to press under certain circumstances on this entire swath of the British Isles, but we also would have another strong source of genetics, or I should say a source of the strong gene, I guess. So, I mean, oh, man. Roderick is homosexual, so I would imagine he's not as likely to produce babies with Marguerite, but that would guarantee the... I mean, it might just be fewer babies. He has some really good stats, and he's 28, so by the time she was of age, he would be in his 40s. Yeah, that's... Oh, and he could potentially... He's a good character. He's homosexual, but he could potentially be our best option as far as his stats to lead, even though he's a homosexual. We talked about this. It does have an opinion penalty. See, vassal opinion at -5. But it's not that bad. So, I mean, I talk about it being a big deal in the world, but he still has good traits. He could raise children well, which was pointed out to me by a commenter. I appreciate that. I kind of want the betrother to Roderick, just to see if that would do it. Tell you what, let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so there are political concerns. Evidently... What if... Alright, we don't have any money right now, so we can't send him a gift. So we're going to have to try again in just a bit. I'm not sure what the reasons for that are, but I'm guessing he's on to us. I'm guessing there's a reason that... Patience is a virtue. My cousin Effie never loses her temper, always waiting patiently for a chance to retaliate. Good, I cannot abide recklessness. All right, let's arrange a betrothal again. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information. Is it because he's gay? No. It's not that. Base reluctance. All right, I just need to wait. I need to wait to get a little bit of money. Now, Lancaster is actually part of Essex, so fabricating for the Duchy of Essex, if I'm successful, I would get Lancaster anyway. But... There's also Oxford. We're not far off, to tell you the truth. The big fish is seeing if we can get all of this kingdom in one go. Because, I mean, look at that. They just control so much territory. We still control this down here. That just blows my mind. Alright, let's pay a visit to these guys. Alright, they're already leaving. They're leaving too. Interesting. Just had a couple of raiding armies land and then leave almost instantly. Huh. Don't know what was happening there. Alright, so we have our Chancellor still, or our Spymaster still helping out with our plot in Sussex. Let's make sure that that plot is still in good shape, intrigue-wise. Plot power has gone down. What's going on there? I mean, it's still above 100, so I'm not concerned about the plot firing. But that's a little bit lower than it was. Alright, our income is coming back quickly. Or not our income, but our treasury. Our income is constant. Our income has been awesome. My sweet Augusta is terrifying when she wants something. There is nothing she wouldn't do to make me bend to her will. Now she wants me to make one of her friends Chancellor, but Chancellor Edouard Map Oust Ebe is a very competent man. Her friend is not good enough to become Chancellor. So who does she want to be Chancellor? Prince Roderick? Why should Prince Roderick be Chancellor? Hang on. Let's see if she has a point. No, she doesn't have a point. You don't have a point at all. Our current Chancellor has 24... No. Her friend, meaning our son. Friend, air quotes. Oh, this game sometimes. Oh, man. Aslaug the Valkyrie was captured in battle and is now my prisoner. Oh, excellent. This is a... Okay, so this is the wife. Alright, we don't have a valid casus belli on him. I don't know what I'm looking for. I was just playing around there. So we've just captured the wife of one of the characters. She came in and tried to do a little, tried to make a little war in Scotland. Didn't go too well, so took her out of the picture pretty quickly. Let's unpause things and let the... Oh, no, okay. Macbeth is on death's door. He just became infirm. All of his stats are going to be -3. He's going to get health -1. Believe it or not, he's still going to be a decent character even with infirm. That's how good of a character Macbeth is and has been. His fertility is going to go down. Yeah, he actually is still really good. But now his domain is too big, unfortunately. So now we have to... Hang on. Let's take a second and figure out how we can solve this problem. So... I really need to declare for Lancaster. Oh, good, I have... I can go ahead and declare now. I have the money for it. So... First things first, before he dies, because if he dies, we're going to lose that claim. Or at least I think we're going to lose it. But what was I going to do? What was I literally just doing? Oh yeah, domain. Oh, what's he got? He's got the County of Con, County of Ross, County of Moray, County of Strathern, Fife, of course, and then York. Derby. So I think we should just give away Derby to somebody. Duke Murray could hold it. He currently is the Duke of Mercia. Yeah, I think it makes sense just to give it to Murray. Alright, so that problem is solved. And now we are going to declare... Oh, wait, no, just kidding. Oh, you're in jail! Oh, I knew that. He's been in jail. Okay, my bad. I just forgot about that. We can't declare war on him right now because he's in prison. Ah, that's unfortunate. Alright, so can we ransom him? 145 gold? Sure! Okay, now we can declare war on him. Oh, that's hilarious. Alright, now, he has actually a fair number of troops as well, on top of all this other mess that we're about to deal with. So, I'm gonna have to be a little cautious with how I approach him. But I have a number of troops of my own. I'm gonna pull them northward a little bit. I'm gonna pull these troops here. And then that, I think, should be enough to fight him. Unless, of course, he has allies. Duke Roderick is no longer spy master for King Macbeth. Alright, so Ian. You are now my spy master. Not a very good spy master. Now, wait a second. That means our plot power has dropped. Are you still in Sussex? Yes. You are still in Sussex. So we're going to send you right back to where your buddy was. Build a spy network in Sussex. Increase that plot power. Let's try and kill that character. Alright, so we do have an army of Essex that is in York trying to raise trouble. I'm gonna continue to use my my retinue just to do some damage. What's going on here? Oh, I lost my Chancellor. Alright, Duncan. Go be Chancellor. Now, go fabricate claims on Essex. So I think we just lost our Chancellor. I didn't see anything about him dying. But that might not even be typical. So yeah, we need to defeat that army, and I think we'll be in pretty good shape. I watched my granddaughter Julia at play with another child yesterday, and she noticed that she didn't want to share her toys. She needs a lecture on charity. Alright, good. She didn't gain any good traits from that, but she lost the bad one. So that's good news. Okay, so our retinue is on its way to help enforce up here and kill some of these raiding armies. We're going to pay a visit to a few of them, actually. But first, we have our levy ready to march on this large force in York and just destroy it. It's not going to go well. Alright, here's that battle. Alright, they are in flight. Auto-saving. And that battle is pretty much over. 41% war score in one victory. Dear God. Alright, now we're going to march on Lancaster. Lancaster. I'm just going to go back and forth. I'm going to say Derby. I'm going to say Derby. I'm going to drive you all nuts. No, in fairness, it is pronounced Derby. But... Alright, so what's going on here? We have our retinue trying to fight these guys. Winning as per usual. Alright, now let's go back down here with this army. Let's try to see if I could raise anyone else, but I can't. Alright, so it looks like these guys are trying to march to Leicester, and we have arrived to kill them again. So we are completely neutering. Oh, a daughter was born to Herain Somarlidison and Princess Gormelia of Scotland named Edla. Alright, are you married? Okay, good, you are married. Who is this? In Scone Gallery. I just don't remember this happening, or I don't... Okay. Cool. Alright, let's pay a visit to these guys up here. Alright, we're at 57% war score now, so this is really going quite well. We have lost our court chaplain, but that can be quickly replaced. Now let's see about converting... Let's see if we can proselytize here again. Oh, we've got a claim on the county of Essex. I'll go ahead and use that. We're going to try and proselytize in Svithjod. Going to try that same old game again. See if that does any better. Alright, we have utterly destroyed... Okay, he's been imprisoned. That's unfortunate. Alright, research cultural tech in gallery. And we're at 57% war score. We're just waiting for this to complete here. Alright, looks like there's a new army that's arrived on the scene. Let's pay a visit to them. We might get to them, we'll see. Yep, perfect. War score should go, I would imagine, above 70, maybe. Or at least above 65. Yep, 75, very good. And now I'm just going to stay right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to split the army up. We're going to try and win this war as quickly as possible. Oh, interesting. That was actually not a large enough force to siege Bedford. What about Essex? Okay, there we go. We can siege Essex. Alright, so we've got a claim on Essex now, which we can also press. Wait, can we press it right now? No, we can't. But we can press it in another war, which we won't be able to do right away on account of the peace treaty. Would be a truce breaker. Granted, Macbeth is about to die, so it really doesn't matter. But we could also potentially... You know what? Tell you what. Rather than doing what I did before and trying to claim the duchy, we've got a claim on the county. Let me go ahead and try and claim Bedford. All these claims are going to go away, unfortunately, the moment that that Macbeth dies. These claims will not be inherited. The only way that I can have them be inherited is if they are being pressed. All right, 85% war score, almost there. Just need to win a couple more battles. Talk to her about being diligent. So this is our granddaughter Julia that we're raising. Getting a few character events. All right, I'm going to try and... What I want to do is, before I end this episode, I want to end this war so that we have control of Lancaster. 100% war score. Very good. Let's pause things. Enforce demands. We've usurped the title County of Lancaster. Lancaster. All right, and once again, the domain is too big, so we need to give this to somebody else. Let's see. Who can we give it to? The Countess of Westmoreland? No, that's probably not the best thing. What if I... See, I'm kind of tempted... Hang on. I'm kind of tempted to create Northumbria as a means to give some of these titles away. Because these are all independent vassals of mine. And then that could potentially... I don't want to create another duchy. That's another character that can vote. I want to try and avoid it if possible. Oh wait, no, there's... Was that the Duchy of Lancaster? Yeah, that actually works. I could do that. I could declare for that, which would give me a claim on Chester. That could actually work if I declared that, because we control most of this territory. So I think... I haven't created a new duchy in so long, but this is just a way of kind of establishing a new base of power and maybe getting the ruling character to have a little bit less domain problem. So I think I will go ahead and cut this episode here now that the war's over, and I'm going to continue thinking about this and solve the issue in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. Again, we're on half schedule right now, so that's going to be in a couple of days. But if you're watching in the backlog, you can just jump in right now. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're not already, I upload new episodes in Lord of the Scots every day, but right now every other day, at noon Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT-4 for those of you not in the States. And comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next episode.